Good evening, everybody. Welcome back from the break. We are now halfway through our broadcast for today. It has been a long one so far, but we are here now for our next match of the night. We're going to the Vortex, the best of best here for Mercury eSports against HWU eSports. And, we just found out that this match maybe doesn't mean nearly as much as it originally did, but nonetheless, it should be a bang nonetheless. Of course, my name is Faded, and joining me on the desk for this game is Victor. How are you today, mate?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Either way, tonight is going to be an interesting one, of course. Mercury eSports against HWU eSports. But before the whole night, we planned it. Oh, it's going to be our playoffs this side. It's going to be very exciting and everything. But just to see that they lost to Damage Inc. 3-2 earlier on today, which means that HWU won't be able to qualify for playoffs. So this game doesn't matter who wins. I believe Mercury would be moving into playoffs. Isn't that true, Fidit?
Yeah, absolutely. So it means, if we're correct in saying that, Mercury are guaranteed playoffs. Even if they were to lose the series 3-0, they'll still be in playoffs no matter what. So at this point, they are just playing for seeding. I believe what the case should be, I'm correct in saying, is that if they sweep here, then they'll probably be in third. But of course, once if RQ, their match also decides that. But the playoffs have been determined now. It's going to be Mercury, in the mix there, and once if RQ should also be in the top four. So this match is really just for show to see if Mercury can secure the best seed possible for playoffs. So it's HWU, they cannot get out of their position right now. The best they could do, I think, coming into this was actually fifth, but that will no longer be the case. But nonetheless, it is going to be a great game, I hope. I hope HWU aren't too disheartened coming off a loss like that, and we'll see what they can bring to this one. But yeah, we are a bit behind schedule here, so I think we'll just dive straight into predictions, Victor, to see what we think of this one. So hand it off to you first. Who have you got to win this one?
Though it was a close game for HWU eSports against Damage Inc. They only lost 3-2. But still, I do believe Mercury will be the ones who take it home, as though, it was a close game, like I said. HWU lost against Damage Inc., unfortunately. So that might be, the main factor that they might lose. The mentality isn't right, the whole atmosphere, they're just maybe a bit tilted, maybe, who knows. But I do think that Mercury will be the one who takes it home.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. I think Mercury will take this game in the end, even though HWU did have a close affair, as he did mention. I do think Mercury have what it takes to win this one and end their season with one last win. But I think we'll waste no more time, Victor. We'll tell the players to go and get ourselves straight into this game.
The first game of this series, it is Mercury eSports against HWU eSports. HWU eSports been on the back foot lately, or well, recently at least, losing 3-2 against Damage Inc. How would be the performance by them against Mercury eSports in this Vortex match? Let's just find out, as it is the early pressure by Mercury eSports currently going for a positive. Benny is the one who strikes first for Mercury.
It is indeed Benny, and just look at this pass from Tommy. Perfect for Benny, and then Benny, the placement on that, putting it behind two defenders that were sitting just static in the middle of the net, and so he gets us behind them, then it's no chance for HWU eSports. So it is Mercury off to a flying start in game one, which is fantastic to see, and now we will see if HWU can have a response. It is my Otis now going for some demos, trying to get Sema. We will put it into the side now. Tommy picking this one up and then pinched it with Benny, and the net was open, but no shots to be found there. As now Crimsic, of course, the famous meme god of Rocket League, trying to come in for an opportunity of his own, but it will be shut down by the Mercury eSports side.
Both teams currently just trying to find out what they can do to open, or well, at least have a door open in the other team's defense, just trying to play around currently. But it is Mercury with the ones who are the ones who has the lead, as Benny gets a brilliant pinch into the middle, but no one is there to follow it up. But either way, HWU eSports doesn't look great for them. Very aggressive plays out by Mercury eSports as well.
Yeah, indeed. You know, they've been lacking on opportunities so far on the side of HWU eSports. Really, Mercury are the ones showing up so far, as they will continue to have some of that midfield presence. It's now is Hypnotics trying to make a chance out of this. Does get it into the opposing corner. Now following it up himself, and there's a demo coming in for Sema, but Tommy having that one under control. And now Benny playing this one out of the corner. Tommy going to take it past one, and now has an opportunity. Goes for the flip reset. Can he get the shot? He does. Hypnotics has it covered. And now it will be HWU eSports trying to get out again. But you see Benny just making that challenge. But now it's a poor touch from Myotis. Tommy will be able to get to it. And now Benny put it into the corner once more. And it just seems like with 2 minutes in still, you know, we are seeing HWU eSports now having some opportunities. As Hypnotics' shot goes wide there. But really, they will be wanting to, you know, put one of these opportunities to bed eventually here. But with half the game to go now, Victor, it is certainly possible. But as you can see, it is an open net, and Tommy will surely take it.
Oh, brilliant beat by Mutus. A little double commit by Tommy, but he makes it work. Just puts it and finds the back of the net and extends the lead for Mercury eSports. But it is still 2 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock. It is anyone's game.
Yeah, absolutely the case, especially as I've been seeing who, you know, starting to settle into the series, and, you know, they're the ones that are just coming off of a series. They have that warm-up behind them, so of course, you know, maybe it is a slow start in this game. You can tell maybe they're, you know, not in the best of moods after losing that last series, but nonetheless, you can tell they are starting to settle in. As now we see Crimsic with some space, has Hypnotics to work with, goes to infield past Benny. Really nice block to get that one away, and now it's Sema trying to make a play on this one. Myotis puts it down into Tommy. He's going for that shot off the backboard, and now here comes Benny to finish it. He decides to slow it down, but Sema will have it covered. Now, Sema on the counter-attack, tries to put it forward. I was thinking he was going to attempt a pass there, but it will prove to be futile. Here comes Benny, but now he is going to be taken out as we approach the 92nd mark. It's now Sema with a shooting chance. Myotis, what a save, getting it off the bar, and we will still be at 2-0 in favor of Mercury.
What a save by Mutus. Honestly, like, both shots that currently, as far as I've seen, you know, been shot by HWU eSports, both saved by Mutus. Like, first one very close on the line, no one was in there, the shot was on target, but Mutus comes out of nowhere, and then yet another brilliant save by Mutus, just puts it into the post and it goes out. It's brilliantly, you know, just well played to Mutus and the team.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a very, you know, rock-solid game from Mercury so far. And you mentioned Myotis making some good plays, but it's a breakaway chance for Hypnotics. It's again Myotis with the save, and he is trying to go for that demo now, but Myotis finds stuff with a little bit of time to work with, flicks it past one, and now still has control, but not a lot of boost to work with. Crimson going to get that one. Half a minute to go. Now is HWU on the attack, and it is Crimson. The flip reset was off the crossbar again. And that was a huge moment in this game. Had that gone in, it would have given a breath of life for HWU eSports. But now, this will be boomed down the field, and this time, it will go in. Crimson credited with the goal. And it is late game drama here. There's 14 seconds left. HWU eSports come within one.
Brilliant job by Crimson, just finding the back of the net. No one from the blue side was unfortunately home, which was very unfortunate by them. Just missing out on an easy save. Now 10 seconds left on the clock. Will they be able to equalize the game?
Well, let's see if they can. They have to play it out of their own half first. But Benny, he's having none of it and puts it in for Tommy for one last chance. The ball is still up actually, and Sema will keep it up in the air. Benny though, still trying to keep the ball in the half of HWU eSports. But now Crimsic bring it downfield. Benny though, pre-jumping it, very proactive of him, and now drops it down. Lovely touch. It'll be Mercury eSports taking the first game win. And Gotta say, it was a slow start from HWU eSports, but, Mercury, or HWU eSports, sorry, worked their way back into the game. And, made it a pretty exciting one towards the end. He had some, quality chances, but, some clutch saves for the Mercury eSports side really, made sure that they could stay in the lead. But really, I can see this match already going pretty far, into the series, maybe into the 4th or 5th game, because, HWU eSports made it a really close affair at the end.
Very indeed, very close. The confidence is there, the shots were there. It was just the lack of consistency of finding the back of the net that is there, All HWU eSports needs to do is just find the back of the net, just putting the shots on target. But of course, while the shots were on target as well, Mutus from Mercury somehow just is always back and gets those saves. So he only currently it's just really awkward for HWU eSports, both they have Mutus to worry about and then their own confidence in their shooting.
Yeah, indeed. Couldn't agree with you more there, Victor, as we're now going to go into the second game, and we'll see what HWU eSports have to bring for us in this game. And it may be an early goal, but Benny, oh my word, off the line, getting that one away. That was a very early opportunity for the HWU eSports side, but again, another clutch save coming out for the Mercury eSports defense, and it's been absolutely stellar so far in that regard. As now is Krim going to be going up for us, but Otis can't reach that ball, and now Krim will have a chance here. Tries to find him to the center, but he pinched it into the wall instead, and Tommy will be forced to get out. Now Sema into the center, Hypnotics trying to get up to it, he can't make it. Now Tommy into Myotis again. Sema going to slow that one down, and now it's put into the center. Tommy, not much boosted work. We're going to take it to the side, and now has to battle against Hypnotics. So 50 goes down into the HWU eSports box, but now I have a chance at a counter attack as Sema pops into the center for Hypnotics here. As this first player has come and gone. Again, a pretty close affair here as Tommy has a potential chance, but it will be taken out and away.
Currently, it's very interesting to see how the teams are, trying to find each other, trying to create openings for their own teammates and everything. But as I was speaking, Mutus with a pass, that's a shot on target, but sent away. But Benny won't leave the ball alone, but Hypnotics is there to send it away once again. It's very tight this game, much tighter than game 1. Both teams are very confident, very comfortable. Both teams know how they should be playing, and it's just very interesting to see how the teams will be reacting to each other. Maybe Mercury will be the one to find an opening.
Yeah, indeed. But it is the HWU eSports team that are now on attack here. As soon as into this game, it is Crimson with a shot. I know what a beauty that was, putting it into the top right. And here we have it, HWU eSports open up game 2 here as Krim. Lovely stuff there. Placement was perfect. You see Myotis, he tried to get up to that, but the shot was directly on him basically, and he was just a bit out from the post, so unable to get up to it. But what a way for the game to open up for HWU eSports. After you can say they got robbed of a chance earlier, but now it is Mercury. They're going to be back for vengeance here. As now
that's another shot!
Yeah, another one indeed. Vector, 2-0 now.
2-0 for HWU eSports. Brilliant shot by Sema, just finding the open net. Great pass by Hypnotics as well. Perfectly finding Sema off field over there on the wall. Wow, what an opening for HWU eSports.
Yeah, it is an opening, great opening indeed, and maybe it could be 3 now. And wow, Sema, that 50-50, proving it to be crucial here. And you see, that's exactly how to play that situation. Take out the last man, let your second man follow it up, and now it's 3-0 here. HWU eSports really mounting a charge here.
Oh, HWU eSports looking stronger than ever. 3 goals up with more than 2 minutes left on the clock. It is going to be interesting to see how Mercury will respond to that. That's a shot by Benny, and he will put one in. 2-goal deficit now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 2-goal deficit, and you see it was a wide open net. Benny just slamming that one in, and so you're going to say, how are Mercury going to respond to it? That's exactly that. Benny's got the answer for you. And so half the game to go. Mercury eSports not done with the second game of the series just yet, but it is eSports back on attack. No power on the shot from Crimsic there, as now Sema trying to keep the pressure on, but Benny now having possession, has Tommy underneath him to work with, but he decides to go alone. Does find a dunk and the bump on Hypnotics, but it will still be HWU eSports keeping this one outside. Tommy from the backboard tries to put it into Benny, and now this one being dropped down. It will be Hypnotics trying to take it out the corner. Mayota still keeping the pressure on. Sema having to make a save. And you can tell here, Mercury still wants to keep himself in this game as it's Crimsic into the corner. Can't make the read. And now it is Mercury still trying to keep on some midfield pressure and get out. But Hypnotics having none of it now.
The voice in my head is currently telling me, or telling us, that if Mercury would lose, Damage Inc. would go into playoffs. But when I was going through the information, Benny, brilliant pass out into Tommy, and Tommy would make that 2-goal deficit a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, it's exactly the case. So, of course, the two lads from the side of Mercury linking up there to just bring them within one of tying up the second game, as HWU eSports trying to put this out again. Benny launched that one into the ceiling, and now it's Tommy try and take it out. And there's Myotis. He has a flick, tries to get on net, and Tommy, what a demo to secure that one. He steals it off the line as well. Was a bit cheeky there, but nonetheless, I think he's the start because he really sealed the deal on that play.
What a response by Mercury eSports, tying up the game with, there was more than 2 minutes left on the clock, and it's only been 1 minute and 30 seconds, and they already, equalized the whole game. This is looking promising.
Yeah, promising indeed. That is the case. Mercury eSports shifting momentum back in their favor, and they're out for blood right now as Tommy attempted another one. And now, what can Crim do? Tries to get it out, but you see Mercury really pushed up at the moment. They're hungry to get game 2 here, but Sema, he's threatening, got Crimsic as well, and puts it top shelf. And now HWU eSports retake the leads here with 32 seconds to go.
Brilliant shot by Sema, reading the bounce. That's a really hard bounce to read, if I have to be honest. You never know, it either bounces out or just directly drops down. And in this case, Sema read that it would drop down, and that's what the ball did. It just dropped down very easily for him, and he would just take it, takes the lead, and grab the lead, for HWU eSports.
Yeah, indeed. He knows that ball is going to be dropping down with the way he heads towards the backboard. So he was ready and waiting for it. Had it bounce out, surely there would be a teammate behind him. But now, with 10 seconds left, HWU eSports need to hold on here, and Sema just booming it into the Mercury eSports half. And now he's trying to mount a final attack as Tommy off the ceiling, but 2 players up for HWU eSports. And now to finish it, maybe no need, as it will touch the ground. And now HWU eSports tied things up in the series, and it was an interesting one to say the least, and you see how closely matched the teams were just in terms of stats. I mean, it was an early lead, the first half of the game for HWU eSports, and Mercury brought it back, but in the end, it's Sema, he clutched up to get the win. So again, it's a very close affair in this one, and I'm sure Mercury are maybe a bit disheartened he couldn't complete the comeback. Whilst you're definitely breathing a sigh of relief right now.
A huge sigh of relief indeed. HWU eSports brilliantly just finding each other, everywhere. It's been very great of how they played. It's also a bit of overcommitment by both teams, but it's just, Mercury, who has been a bit unlucky in that last game. But nonetheless, we moved to game number 3 in this series in beautiful Manfield. Or is it DFH Stadium? I can't remember.
No, it's Manfield. It's Manfield. And I think this is probably, everyone's favourite map, really. Everyone loves Manfield. It's just especially in night version. This nice, simple, clean arena that doesn't blind your eyes or anything like other maps. As we do see Tommy, you did see him in the DeLorean there, so an interesting car choice.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and of course, you could say it's actually a pay-to-win car, because something that I realized recently is actually the DeLorean does technically tell you whenever you have a flip reset. Just because of the way the car is animated. Yeah, I didn't know that until recently either. So yeah, there you go, everyone. A DeLorean is a pay-to-win car. It tells you when you have a flip reset. So I assume every freestyle will want to jump on that. But enough chit-chat about that. We're well underway with Game 3 of the series here. And the minute in, it's of course the back-and-forth action we expect. But here's a chance to defenders up for Hypnotic's shot there. And now it is going to be taken away in Myotis, putting it downfield, but it will be now Mercury trying to mount an attack off the Ronier.
Brilliant plays by both teams currently, but Sema is the one who tries to clear, but Myotis goes for a pass. That's a shot by Benny, a bit too wide, and Sema cuts it off now. Tommy just trying to go for a shot. Hypnotic nearly helped him out there as well. Now that's a pass into the middle. Tommy with a shot a bit too wide as Krimic now going for a pass into the middle. Can't find anyone as Sema now is forced to try to clear it. Myotis gets the ball, tries to find his teammates, passes it to Benny. Benny with a shot a bit too wide that bounces up high. As Sema gets a brilliant clear, but Tommy now has the ball, tries to fake out a defender but can't do so. Sema up high on the ball, tries to center it, gets a pinch a bit too strong for his teammates, but Crimsic now gets a brilliant pass. Benny's just in the way.
Yeah, he is, and you know, as we're approaching this stage of the game, it's back and forth action at the moment, and it's Mercury back on attack. Crimsic pushed out a little bit preemptively there, and he will be punished for it as Tommy slots one by him. And you see lovely touch from Myotis again. Tommy dives across. And Crimsic was not expecting that, was he? Pushed out a little too early for that. He said in the net, easy save, but Mercury will take that any day of the week. 1-0 for them in this game.
1-0 for Mercury. Brilliant showcase by them currently, just finding each other. Myotis getting that nasty touch of a pass as well, you know, straight into the middle for Tommy to score it, which was, you know, very shocking to see. But as I speak, Hypnotic was looking to equalize the game, but was sent away by Benny. Now Myotis with a pass out into the upfield. Tommy will take it to the corner, try to pass it down, but no one is there from Mercury to just extend the lead as Benny now is forced to take a touch. Tommy as well taking a touch now over one. That's an open net. Tommy, will you go for it? He gets it, but Benny! Oh, very soft play there.
Yeah, indeed. Just lovely for Tommy to get past all of them. And Benny taking it off the line just for good measure, all to say. But yeah, really, Tommy doing all the work to get that one past. So Mercury now picking up to 2-0. And really, it's to be expected because they were the ones that were mounting a big comeback in that last game and now taking that momentum through to this one. And they'll just keep it coming as Myotis puts another one by the HWU defense. And you just see for Sema, poor clear from him. And Myotis will punish from that.
What a punish indeed. Just, you know, that light touch by the last defender, sending it out into the middle just for what, Myotis just to score it, I believe. I can't even remember, that was so short notice, but nonetheless, Tommy now sends it to the middle. Benny tries to put one in, but puts it into the corner. Hypnotics gets a brilliant block. Sema is the one who clears it, but Tommy sends it back. Crimsic into the corner. Tommy going for a pass into the middle, a bit too light as Sema gets a brilliant touch to clear it, or at least try to clear it, but Myotis will try to send it back. Crimson will just try to have a bit of pressure on the Mercury side, but Sema now taking the ball, can't get it past Benny. That's a pass into the middle, but Hypnotics will be the one who tries to clear it. That's a team bomb! That's an open net as well, but Myotis can't find the back of the net.
Yeah, he can't know it's a counter-attacking chance. Hypnotic went for that demo, but it is going to be saved again And, you know, you can tell Mercury have full control over this game. They try to go for it again. 2 attackers with that ball. Now, Crimsic on the counter-attack. His shot's wide. And here comes Tommy to get it away from the net. And with 45 seconds left, Mercury really have the control over this. But you see HWU trying to get something out of this. As Myotis up for it again. Tommy going to take control. Benny actually pinched it on his hood. But maybe it's just a sign of confidence as they know they have this game. It's a shot now from Crimsic. 2 defenders up. Benny needs to get this touch, and he doesn't. It's an opener for Hypnotics, and he will take it. And so with 23 seconds to go, who eSports finally get a goal, but I feel like it's too little too late at this point.
It is a little too late. 2 goals under 23 seconds. Of course, miracles happen. 6 goals is what it takes to score straight off the kickoff. Like a kickoff goal takes 6 seconds, sorry. But nonetheless, it is a bit too late for Who to make a comeback. They just have to focus for game 4. It's 10 last seconds as Tommy, now air dribbles it, tries to find Myotis on the backboard. Now just takes it off himself. Now Sema trying to find the constellation goal. Ben is sending it away and drops it down, and we move to match point for Mercury eSports.
Yeah, the favourites here getting onto match point now after, I must say, that was a very convincing performance in that game. So very well done from them. You know, they could say it late, but that, you know, the grand scheme of things, that goal really does not matter for them. So, you know, Mercury really making a good display, and, you know, throughout the whole game, their aggressive play style worked out so well. You know, every time Who tried to start an attack, you know, someone was diving at the ball and they were cutting out passes left, right, and center. So they made life really difficult for Who eSports in that game. So I expect Who will have to take a slightly different approach and just be careful of Mercury because they're really going all in for this. So yeah, we will have to see what Who eSports do in this next game and see if they can force a 5th and deciding match, or we may also see Mercury just take it in this game. Let's see how it goes.
Just to mention as well, there were some team bombs by Mercury eSports. Unfortunately, Who eSports just couldn't find anyone, or anyone from the Who side couldn't, you know, just capitalize on their mistakes. Like, there was a close call there that Mercury would concede, but that never happened as they were a bit too slow with the ball as well. But now we move over to match point, game number 4 in this game. That's it, faked by Benny, but Crimsic won't get faked the second time, as now Tommy sends it high up into the backboard. Will he reach the bounce? It does, but gets blocked in the process. Now Myotis going for a pass into the middle. That's very high for Benny. Benny going for a flip reset. Tommy, a bit greedy, tries to find the back of the net, but gets blocked instead. Benny putting into the side for Myotis. Myotis trying to go for a second one, but can't do so. Sema is just unfortunately in the way. Now Benny clearing it into the orange corner. Can't find another touch as Hypnotics is forced to try to clear it.
Yeah, and this is the first minute coming and going again. It is Mercury having control over things here, but Who eSports now having a chance. Crimson trying to take it slow actually, but Myotis not having any of it. Hypnotic still keeping pressure though. Eventually Tommy will get it out, but now Sema booms it into the ceiling, and Myotis actually misses the touch and needs to have Benny get contact with that, which he will do so. The Hypnotic slips it past the last defender, and whilst he was taken out of the game, it came too late, and Hypnotics gets HWU, or Who eSports, sorry, on the board.
Brilliant shot by Hypnotics. Before he died, he just shoots it directly at the net, beating out the last defender. Now Who eSports will be the one who grabs the lead. It is going to be an interesting one. Game number 4. Hypnotics might find another one, but Benny is just unfortunately in the way. Crimson trying to drop it down to the middle, but gets blocked in the process. Tommy now getting blocked by Sema as Hypnotics goes for another shot. Will he find the double touch? He tries to, but Benny just gets a brilliant block. It's Tommy now clears it down the line. Sema tries to do the same, but Benny is just in the way. Tries to send it to Tommy, but can't do so. That's an open net, but Sema just puts it a bit too wide as Myotis now tries to clear it. Hypnotics just in the way. That's going in as Sema just make sure it will go in.
Yeah, indeed. 2-0 now, and yeah, it was a nice touch from Hypnotics, and no one home for the sides of Mercury. And so it is a open it for Sema, and 2-0 for HWU eSports. Of course, putting themselves in a good position for the remainder of this game, as, you know, winning this will send us to a 5th and deciding game for this matchup, as now it is Krim. He's on attack again, puts it into the back wall. Tommy, though, defending Sema, who was supporting him, so that attack will be broken down, as now Mercury look to get themselves on the board here. Crimzik puts it out. He's not the most powerful clear, but he allows Sema to follow up. Now Bennett puts it to the side for Tommy, but he didn't get that boost, so it means it's a free ball for Krim. As now Bennett off the back wall into Myotis, trying to pass this ball in the team to get it out. There's Sema, another chance. Hypnotics off the back wall makes it maybe offer Tommy, but he was very patient on that one, took his time to get it out, and now it is Krim to try and hinder the attack from the side of HWU. But what a shot from Myotis! Oh my word, where did that come from, and what a way to get yourself within one.
What was that? I was just in the perspective of Crimson, just seeing the ball drop so hard. He could not do anything in that position. Myotis, what are you on, mate?
Mate, he's a madman. You know, he's been really on the entire series, but holy, coming out with a shot like that is fantastic from Myotis. And so, you know, I do like his creativity there, coming off the back wall. If you can find the perfect touch there, then you are, you know, a lot of the time going to score that, because no one really expects anyone to get a shot from that kind of angle. And now, with that goal, they have a breath of life here as Tommy slams another one through, gets it past the defender, and really quickly here it is Mercury eSports back in it.
The game is equalized. Game 4, the game that matters for Mercury. They finally pulled themselves back at it. Tie game 2-2 on the scoreboard with more than 1 minute left to go. Who will be the one who concedes next?
Yeah, and I feel like with that story, the one that concedes next is the one that's going to lose this game. And, you know, especially for HWU eSports, they don't want to be the ones in that position. As now Krim with not the best touch. That is going to be really difficult for him not to deal with, but he gets the touch that's needed. Crimzik recovers, and now it will be HWU eSports trying to get it out, but Mercury still having an attacking chance. Tommy into the corner, no one to follow him up, and now it is Crimzik against Benny. It is a neutral 50-50 outside. Hypnotics does get the touch there, and it will be Tommy putting it out again as we approach the final minute of this game, and Mercury now back onto the attack. It will be now Hypnotics to get it out. 45 seconds to go. Mercury trying to get this midfield on lockdown and apply that pressure, as now the pass is coming in. Myotis once more, but Sema dives across to make the save.
We might see an overtime here, Faden. Are you excited?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see an overtime out of this game, because it's been, you know, crazy for the most part here. But now it is Tommy. He doesn't want overtime. He wants to finish it now, but it will now be Crimzik to go up for this. Puts it into the opposing corner. Benny now, what's he going to do with this? Trying to take it out. Crimzik off the ceiling, but he's got no boost to work with. And now it is a Mercury eSports attack at Hypnotics. He's in an awful position. He doesn't get the touch, but Sema, thankfully for him, gets up to it. And now they will want to get this out. Hypnotics booms it downfield, and now following it, Myotis needs to get this touch. He will do so, and it just drops before Krim can get to it. And now into overtime, resets for both these teams, and this next goal will, you know, decide it if Mercury can get the victory here, or if we'll go to game 5. But Tommy, oh my, he made it really scary for the HWU eSports side, and that one off the post as well. Mercury really going in to try and get this victory.
It's going to look very promising. Tommy with a shot. Oi! Hypnotics recovers in time just to save it. I thought that was the end there for HWU eSports, but Hypnotics proved me wrong. Tommy again going for an air dribble bomb. Doesn't find one. Sema with a clear now into Benny. Getting demoed in the process as Tommy goes for a shot a bit too high. Sema can't find a touch. That's an open net for Tommy. He fakes out the both defenders and ends the series right here and then.
That's quite a way to end it, Tommy, and just fakes him out. Wow. Incredible. And you could tell in the closing, in that overtime, the confidence, was immaculate there for the sides of Mercury eSports. And I was thinking, yeah, they're going to win this. And they did do it. So Mercury eSports take the victory 3-1. And if I'm not mistaken, they were already guaranteed playoffs here from what I remember, but they will definitely be in now. They currently sit in third place, and as far as I know, it will not be confirmed just yet. If they'll stay there, it depends on how Once and Vortex do. But Mercury eSports, they proved themselves to be a top side here in the Vortex, because that was a fantastic performance from start to finish.
Though Mercury did win in this series, it was well played to both teams. HWU eSports, of course, having their, some highlights as well from their side. Coming back at Mercury, showing what they could do and everything. It was very tough to see, at the end at the end of game 2, I was very, very, nervous about our predictions. I was like, this looks very promising. They looked very promising, and throughout the whole series. But it's Mercury who takes the win. Tommy, nasty fake at the end to end it off. What a series that has been faded.
Yeah, Victor, it was a great series. So very well played to both those teams. Of course, congratulations, Mercury, for securing playoffs today, and we'll get to see them, I think in probably about a month's time, if I remember the schedule correctly, for playoffs. We'll get to see them face off against some of the other teams that have made it in. And of course, for HWU, a tough day for them. 2 losses on a day means, we'll come into the series, we're not going to make it out, but it means they will be fully eliminated from the Vortexes, so they will have to battle through the open qualifiers next season if they want to make it back. But still, was great to see them here and brought us some very exciting matches. But that will do it for this series. We're going to go hop to a short break. Next match on the schedule, let's bring it up here, is Ascension Trinity and Warcats Gaming, a playoff deciding matchup here. So you will not want to miss it. So again, we'll be heading to a short break. We'll be back very shortly, everyone.
Oh yeah. Are we talking about losing control? I'm gonna show you how we lose control, baby. Watch this. Look, Marty Mob. Watch the way I start up.